My brother.
What's happening?
What's going on, man? You good?
Man, I'm lovely, man. I'm just out here in these quarantine streets.
Man, listen, I ain't gonna lie, I say Special K must be at the Dollar General right now, getting out some more prizes and stuff.
Man, I was actually down in the kitchen.
Okay.
I was actually down in the kitchen, pissed off that somebody ate my damn tuna fish. I'm ghetto, man. I still eat tuna fish.
Yeah. Yes, sir. No, you ain't.
And
Listen.
Yeah, I had a fresh bowl of tuna, a fresh little container of tuna fish the other day, and I was on my way home, and I just knew that when I got here, I had my 2 sandwiches already lined up in my mind, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm down there looking through the refrigerator. I see all these leftovers, and somebody ate my damn tuna fish. I felt like Eve in barbershop when they drunk apple juice.
Yes, sir. Listen, yes, that's fresh tuna. It's cold. It's in the refrigerator.
Man, you got it just right. It does.
It's just right.
Days.
Yes, sir.
Boy,
it's gone.
That is.
Well, somebody's belly is full of it right now, Special K. So they enjoying it, man.
For real.
Yeah, man. How you been, fam?
What's going on, man? What we talking about?
Man, listen, we got to jump right into it today. Special K, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. We just going a little bit behind the scenes, but man, seeing that video, and I just want to jump right into the serious, and we'll come back to the funny. But seeing that video that you guys were talking about this morning of the officers arresting the teenagers and the little 6-year-old, Special K, we keep coming back to this scene, man,
right,
over and over and over again, bro. How do we get beyond this, and is it even possible?
I got to be honest with you, man. I didn't make it through the whole video. I watched 8 or 9 seconds, and then I just, because I got 3 daughters. You know what I mean? Daughters is 25, 21, and 18. And I didn't want my mind to go where it was going, imagining my baby in that situation, my 18-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Any of them, but, bruh, it's like, I think we had a place in this country, man, where there's so much open hostility,
right,
and open, and in my opinion, man, we still feeling the repercussions of having Barack in office for 8 years, and there was so much pent up anger and resentment among a lot of our white counterparts that once they got a clown in office who would allow them to express themselves openly and freely and feel like it's all good. It's just coming out in all these different ways, man. And the police, I think there just has to be so much of a complete overhaul. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Overhaul. This ain't about training. This ain't about sensitivity. No, it's about, you got some, I got to watch my language on here.
You at home, fam.
We
at home.
You got some real psychotic ass people that apply to be police officers.
Mm-hmm.
And you got some real, and this is not just me speculating. This is FBI statistical proven investigations that show that you have a lot of white supremacist groups that have members in police departments all across America. It ain't just Texas. It ain't just Georgia. It ain't just Ohio. It's all over, man. I mean, the boys in white have become the boys in blue. And until we really get some people at the Justice Department that's going to really deal with that, that's going to really dig into that and root those people out and go into these police departments and tear them up from the bottom up. Some of these people, like that police department in Aurora, man, that police department need to be scrapped.
Yeah. Because you see people who in cities like Aurora, Colorado, and the video is posted on the Instagram. So if y'all, once this interview is over, you can just go back and watch the interview if you haven't had a chance to see it already. But you get a system where they feel like, okay, the heat and the pressure from the George Floyd situation, the Breonna Taylor situation is in other cities, it's in other states, it has nothing to do with us. So they feel like they have this freedom, Special K, to be able to exercise these rights, because like you said, in the system where we live, they feel like the judicial system is going to back them in their decisions. Because how else do you explain having teenagers and a 6-year-old sitting on a hot concrete?
Bruh, let me tell you something. My nephew's a cop, and I talked to him about this kind of stuff, man. And he's frustrated to the point where he's ready to just walk away, because being a black cop, in this current climate, man, he's like trying to change it from the inside. It's not even worth it. You know what I'm saying? He said it's worth the effort, because you will find yourself completely, ostracized within the department of trying to make those kind of changes. But what's going to have to happen is, like I said, it's going to have to start from the Justice Department on down. And right now, we got an Attorney General that's equally corrupt, if not more corrupt, than the president. He's a supremacist. He ain't got no interest in just doing, like, dude, you got to find people that just have normal human emotions. Like, how can you as a human being, like I said, I look at my baby who's 18,
right,
and her friend. There's no way in hell, as a police officer, as a man, that I could make. They said it was a stolen. They said they had a report the tag was mixed up with a stolen motorcycle somewhere. Okay.
Right.
Once you, as a police officer, get up to that vehicle and see that you got a car full of basically kids, you ask them to step out of the vehicle at the most. You say, okay, let me get y'all to step outside. Let us run some checks and see what's really going on, and then y'all can be on. Y'all can go on your way. As a cop, you would think that, okay, I don't want to terrify these kids. I don't want to scare. No, you make them lay down on the fucking ground. Like, really?
Right.
Like, dude, where is your humanity? You don't even have humanity. You don't even see them as people. Because I guarantee you, if somebody had did that cop's daughter like that, or if that had been a van full of little white kids, they wouldn't have been laying on the ground.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Come on, because we grew up. I grew up the south side of Houston here, and we were about 18, 19, 4 or 5 boys. My friend Greg lived on the corner house at the time. We standing outside. It's probably about 6 o'clock, 5, 6 o'clock. It's almost, the sun is almost about to set a little bit here at the time. Cop roll up on us, profile us. First thing he telling us, get down. He got us down on the ground. He kicking at us. At the time we didn't know, speaking out against cops, because this is pretty much what we used to growing up with. But he's kicking us in the leg, throwing stuff at us and doing all this. And so I said that to say, it's nothing new, but like you said, if we don't gut this out, from the top on down, man, we're going to be constantly dealing with this, because you've got certain cities and towns who feel like, because the spotlight is on me, we can get away with this because the system seems to protect them.
Well, what's going to happen is, man, people going to start to buck. I mean buck in a real way. I ain't talking about with no protests. I ain't talking about with no, burning down the police station. I'm talking about people in the streets, man. The streets gonna come up and people gonna start to buck, man. Like, I'm from the hood. I'm guessing you from the hood. I know the reality of these folks out here, man.
Yeah.
You can't push certain people, but so far, certain people ain't finna fucking march. Certain people ain't paint up no signs. Certain people ain't finna protest. Certain people gonna buck, and they and they gonna they willing to go out there and change some of them police officers. They willing to change their family's future. I'm just gonna say it like that. So I'm just saying that's what they pushing toward, because I guarantee you, if that was a van full of white kids, it wouldn't have went down like that. And that shows you have a complete lack of humanity. You have a complete lack of empathy. You have a complete lack of any type of a human conscience, man. Like, you are beneath an animal to me. You are beneath an animal. And I got to be careful what I say. Dude, I just got I just had 2 30-day bans on Facebook. I had a 30-day ban, then I went back on. I done had 4 30-day bans this year in 2020, and it's only July. I done had 4, because I get so passionate talking about things,
right? And
I get so expressive in what I say. I gotta watch myself. Some things I don't even talk about. I didn't mention nothing about it on the air today. I'm liable to say.
I already know your passion. I
don't even want to say nothing, because what I want to say, I ain't saying what I want to say now. What I would like to see happen. But, keep pushing. And I'm not one of those people that say, and I think it's real disrespectful when people say, like, you got those slogans, those T-shirts, we're not our grandparents. Letting the supremacists know we are not our grandparents. I don't like that, because to me, it's disrespectful to our grandparents, because that generation, we wouldn't have what we have now. We would have never seen Barack Obama, because they took the blows. They took the bullshit in the 50s and 60s to get us to where we are in 2020. So I'm not one of those people, but I am one of those people that say, keep fucking pushing. Keep pushing. We've seen it in spurts already. Hello, Dallas. We've seen it in spurts already.
Yeah. And you saw how Pastor dealt with that. Because you don't roll up on a man's property and try to set up as if you're gonna have your own marching to go against because he's.
Oh no, I ain't even talking
Yeah,
about that Dallas. I'm
yeah.
talking about a couple of years ago Dallas.
Oh yeah.
When things really got real.
It blew up. Yeah.
So I'm just saying, you can't keep pushing folks, and now you pushing folks and you taking everything away. So now we got this pandemic. People can't go to work. Kids can't go to school. Now a lot of people don't have money. You know, people taking pay cuts, people taking furloughs, people getting laid off, and now you taking away people's unemployment that's helping them out through this tough time. Okay, so people are making more money on unemployment than it was making working. So the fuck what? If that lasts for 4 or 5 months,
yeah,
and it keeps the economy floating, what's the problem?
Yeah,
but a whole group of folks up here at the top that don't want the people at the bottom to have shit.
Have nothing.
And you can't survive like that. You can't sustain a society like that. Because what happens is, it's like you got you squeezing all these rats on one side of the cage and taking away all the cheese. Then you got the other side of the cage. They got 2-3 rats and they got a whole lot of cheese. Well, guess what? After a while, the ones on that other side, they're gonna find a way to get over that wall.
Oh yeah, you already know that.
It's gonna be trouble.
Yeah.
So taking everything away from people, keep stressing people the hell out, keep pushing people up against the wall, and you're gonna get what you want.
Yeah, but I mean, you think about it, bro. Isn't that the reason why they send people back out to restaurants, send people back out shopping, because they wanted to stimulate the economy?
Right.
And then here it is now. Yeah, you want to pull it back. Yeah.
How the hell you gonna stimulate the economy when you giving people this? Oh, well, we're gonna give everybody another $1,200 check.
Yeah.
So you're gonna take away $600 a week, which is $2,400 a month. You're gonna take that away forever, but you're gonna give me a one-time payment of $1,200. Man, I'll take $1,200 and buy me a damn AR-15, and it's gonna get ugly after that. I'm just saying. I'm not promoting that, but I'm just saying they push something real ugly.
Yeah.
They're pushing for a real ugly situation, and when it happens, they're gonna be up like, oh, well, where did this come from? Where it came from? This is what you asked for.
Yeah.
This is what you asked for.
So you keep pushing, like you said, you keep pushing the buttons, you break out in the racial war that you don't really want to see. And yeah, and you know it's biblical anyway. So if you want to see biblical prophecy come to pass, keep pushing the button. Special K and AV, y'all. We just behind the scenes of Rickey Smiley Morning Show, and I wanted to kind of throw that out there because as listening to you part of the morning show and seeing you so passionate about not only the political things but social justice and just standing for your people, I knew that would definitely push a button to get you started. But for everybody to join us,
hold on. The political thing. Let's get it. Let's make sure we throw this out there, man. Everybody, whether you mail in, whether you absentee, whether you go stand at the polls, everybody, we got to. This is the election of our lifetime. This is the one that's going to determine whether we really have a future or not. I'm not even being dramatic. I'm saying, like, for real. Another 4 years of this is going to turn into something none of us recognize, and ain't none of this gonna matter. Another 4 year, another year of this, ain't nothing gonna matter. Ain't no Majic 102, ain't no Hot 107, ain't no nothing gonna matter because they are looking to take everything back. Yeah. If you wonder what it was like to be a black person in America in 1925, you're gonna find out if we let this clown get back in. So do what you do, man. Get your ass out there and vote. Take 2-3 people with you.
Special K, man, let everybody know a little bit about you. Of course, the Houston area, brand new this year, the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. I know you're a comedian, and as we see the passion, what you're talking about, just the things that deal with us as African Americans, but just kind of open up a little bit and let everybody know exactly who is Special K.
Wow. Damn, I wasn't ready for that question. I should have studied.
Come on, brother.
Who am I? I've been on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Like I said, I do stand up. I've been a stand-up comedian for almost 20 years. And I've been working with Rickey since 97 in one way, shape, form, or another. We've been knowing each other since 97. And we traveled on the road together for a while back in 06, I think it was. And then in 07, I joined the morning show. I had done radio prior to that in a couple of smaller markets. Then I joined his show when we were in Dallas. We were only in Dallas. And that was in February of 07. I came on as a writer. I came on just to bring some funny bits. Like, that's when we started church announcements, special case news you can't use, top 5, just different bits, you know, some of the prank calls, all that. I came on just to help out with that, and I was only gonna stay there for like 2 weeks, and then I ended up staying 2 more weeks, and now it's been 14 years, and I still ain't left. But it turned into an actual job. So, you know, so now I'm one of the producers of the show, in addition to being, you know, the head writer, head writer for the show, and I'm kind of like the all around. I'm the all purpose dude. I do everything. I do my bits. I write. I can do news. I do sports. I do everything. I run the ball. I do all that. So
yes, sir.
You know, that's kind of my role. I'm the journeyman on the show.
Yeah.
You know, I'm from Atlanta. Got a family. Got a wife. Been married. I've been married forever. 20.
Yeah.
This year will be 20. I can't even do the math. 24, 25 years, 26, something like that.
Special case. But listen, and then you can come back to your daughter. So how do you survive for over 20 years? Because we see in today's time, people, in marriage, because in today's time, man, people are getting out of it within the first 6 months.
Well, that's the time to get out, man. Like I tell anybody that's getting married, man, if you're going to walk away, do it in the first 2 years.
Yeah.
You got to cut your losses. Because once you get up into that 18, 19, 20, you might, hey, man, it's like, oh, man. You might want to leave sometime, but no, it ain't happening. If you're going to leave, make sure you have your plan together to do it in the first 2 years.
Yeah.
Once you get into them double digits, it's gonna be a problem. Because I'm at the point now, man, I got a little older now. And don't get it twisted. I love my wife. You know, I love her. She loves me. We don't like each other, but we love each other. But it's one of them things, man, where I ain't leaving because I ain't trying to start over.
Yeah.
Like, see, if I left now, I'm gonna be by myself. I ain't gonna have a nice house no more. I'm gonna be in an apartment somewhere. I don't know how to decorate. I don't know how to buy towels and sheets and all that kind of shit. I don't know how to cook. I don't know how to, like, it's so much shit I don't know how to do that I got used to having somebody do that, you know, I really would have to move back in with my mama. Like, that's like, if I left my wife, I got to move back with my mama. That's really the only option. And you know, because 25 years, bro, I can't start over. I can't date, you know, I can't go out there and be dating. I don't know how to push up on nobody no more. Like, if you don't already like me, I don't know how to start talking to you.
Yeah.
I can't be in the club. I be that old dude in the club still pulling out a pen, writing down numbers. I can't. It's too much pressure, man. I don't need to be out there.
Yeah.
I'm going to ride this out, man. You know, we stuck. I ain't going nowhere.
Was it tough during the quarantine? Because, you know, a lot of people really just got reintroduced to their partner during this quarantine. A lot of people kind of discovered some stuff that they didn't really like about their spouse because they hadn't spent that much time with them. Yeah.
For me, that first 3-4 weeks when we were really, really at home, it really wasn't so bad because see, me and we got older kids. Like my youngest son, he about to be 17.
Okay.
2 weeks. My daughter's 18. My other one's 21. My other one's 25. And they all here. So it's like, we had them as a buffer to keep us from having to be in each other. Like we had them, like me and my son hang out. My daughters, they hanging out with their mom. We was playing a lot of like games and stuff like that, and just getting reacquainted with each other again. I spent a lot of time catching up on television, Netflix, and all that. And so it really wasn't so bad. It really wasn't so bad. Like I said, we already can't stand each other, so it really couldn't get that much worse. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and she know that. If she was sitting right here, she'll tell you. She don't like me. I don't like her. We just refuse to leave and let the other one find happiness with somebody else. That's pretty much how that's pretty much what we done resigned ourselves to.
Yeah. So how do you, especially, are your kids, any of the kids interested in doing comedy or radio? I mean, usually.
Oh, my son, my son, he's the funniest person in the family.
Okay.
My 16-year-old, he's the funniest person in the family. He'd be quick to say he's way funnier than me. He's the funniest kid in his class, one of the funniest kids in school. He don't want to be a comedian. He does want to get into he claimed he can sing.
Okay.
I ain't never seen it, but he claimed he can sing. That he gonna be working on records. But he does want to be in entertainment. He wants to act, and I think he could really do it. He has a great personality. He has a great look. He's an athlete. You know, he plays basketball. So I think he could actually pull it off. I mean, you know, he's a real good looking kid, real personable. I mean, he can pull it off. My other kids don't have any interest in being an entertainment. Well, I take that back. My oldest daughter, she's a singer. She's like a real, like she really has like stuff out there. You can actually pull it up. Dear Summer,
go ahead and promote it
on iTunes, Apple Music. Pull up her CD, Dear Summer, and the artist name is Beige, B-A-J. Pull it up if you like these current chicks that's out there. She's right in that category of these young girls that's gracing the R&B airwaves these days. But yeah, pull her CD up, and it's really dope. So she's the only one that's in the entertainment thing right now. But my other two, I got one, my 18-year-old, she's about to go to college. She's leaving for college next week. And then my 21-year-old, she's an entrepreneur. You know, she's doing her own thing, and she just likes, you know, she's just out there chasing that bag. So
yes, sir.
I got great kids though, man. I got really good kids. My kids honor roll students. I mean, all because of their mama. You know what I'm saying? If it were left up to me, I probably have 3 strippers and a drug dealer in the house.
Well, I'm glad. Listen, I'm glad that you have decided to stay home.
Hey man, my wife's a stay-at-home mom. She know how to she raised these kids.
And,
she did a great job. And I don't, look, bro. I couldn't tell you none of my kids' teachers.
Don't worry about it.
School. Look. I figured y'all on the honor roll without me having teachers. Then it's best that I stay away and leave well enough alone.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's not your job, Special K. You just come home. And play your role and go back to work.
I play my position, dog.
Yes, sir. Miss Anita Wilson. I see Miss Anita Wilson, gospel artist. Appreciate you joining us today, hanging out with us, Special K.
I hope you didn't come on when I was doing all that cussing.
Well, she'll definitely pray for you. Let's talk about, man, how do you adjust, especially as a comedian, in this pandemic? Because I know you're used to, you know, being on the road, doing your thing. Right. And so this is a big adjustment. A lot of my partners, I have probably about 3 or 4 guys that here in the city alone that I'm real cool with that do comedy. Ali Sadiq is one of them. And I know these guys are trying to come up with all kind of creative ways. How have you been able to use your creativity to just keep your comedy going in this time outside of the radio? Because I know you do it on air every morning.
Well, the last time I did perform at a club about a month and a half ago.
Okay.
When they first started opening back up, I went out, I performed, did a little weekend run, did 4 shows. Wasn't that many people, you know, it was social distance, it was a whole nine, but it just felt good to get back out there and just kind of shake some of the rust off. Honestly, man, I'm kind of good without being on the stage. Like, it's giving me time, because what I realize is this time off and with everything that's going on, you got to kind of recalibrate your funny at this point, because there's so much going on that you got to come up with a different way to talk about it, because it's not like we can talk about everything like we did in 2019.
Right.
Because it's so much heavy stuff going on that we gotta find ways to address it. Because I've always been a comedian that talked about current events and what's happening. You know, I don't just do the D jokes and the weed and the, you know, growing up broke and all. That's not really my style. I'm more in touch with, you know, how I'm feeling and what I'm thinking about stuff. So this is giving me a lot of time to recalibrate how I do that. Honestly, man, I don't see live stand up as we knew it. I don't see it coming back this year, dog. I don't see it. I mean, I just don't see how, because the government done screwed up the response to this thing so bad that, I mean, if you imagine a situation where it's, you know, Houston Improv, 500 something people?
Yeah, man. Bro, I
don't see how they gonna do it.
Yeah, so, and they've been trying to have, like, Marcus Wiley and Ali Sadiq just did a show in there this past weekend. But listen, I mean, you know, with social distancing being practiced, you only have so many people in here. You really want people to come as a group, you know. Yeah.
It's weird, man. So I'm not really big on the whole internet comedy thing. As far as like, I did one Zoom show when this thing first jumped off. I did one Zoom comedy show. I didn't like it. I mean, I guess I did okay, but I didn't enjoy it, that format.
Okay.
So what I've done is I'm focusing more on. I just got with a new branding and marketing manager, and so we're focusing more on doing stuff online in terms of marketing, merchandise, promotional stuff.
Yeah.
Working on an animated series, putting Black Tony in animation. Gonna be writing some of those sketches and skits for that. That's gonna be my project. So we're working on that. And other than that, man, it's like I just pushed the pause button on the comedy career because who the hell knows where it's going?
Right. Yeah. And then
nobody knows. But I didn't want to get depressed about it and be like, oh, I can't. Because I mean, when I looked at all the dates that I had lined up for this year that fell out, the bottom fell out.
Yeah.
I didn't want to sit around dwelling on it, so I said, oh well, it's time to
adjust.
Focus into something else.
Right.
But I'm still a comedian. I got a show coming up. I got a private gig coming up in a couple of weeks. So I'll still do stuff, but I don't know. I'm thinking about doing an online course.
Okay.
Where I'm talking, giving people guidance on how to do comedy, how to write.
That'd be good. Yeah.
On the radio, how to do comedy and stand up, how to do private gigs or corporate gigs, stuff like that. So we're probably gonna put something together in that realm. But as far as live stand up goes, pause.
Yeah. Man, listen.
On the big dog.
Now, will Black Tony ever come to work, dog? That's a lot of people want to know. Black Tony ever coming? He come up with the best excuses.
When somebody ain't came in 4 years, I don't know, bro.
Yeah, he got me.
I don't know when Rick gonna figure it out. Then.
Yeah, he got me with that.
Like you the most back bending over boss ever. Like,
yeah.
If I'm you, I would take the hint. Like,
this
nigga ain't coming to work.
Yeah, he gonna be doing it from home forever. He got me with that with the new Gmail. He said, "Yeah, my new email is gmail.com."
Yeah, this is gonna be gmail.com. Like, but you gotta put something in front of that. No, it's just gonna be gmail.com. Okay, don't say that ain't gonna work.
Yeah,
you won't get them work emails then.
No, I know. And well, listen, Special K, man, I appreciate you hanging out with me.
Man, Black Tony is my favorite first cousin. I just want to let people know.
Yeah, and he's funny. I love it.
He is my favorite cousin.
Yeah, I love it, man. Just before we get out of here, any news we can't use today? Because you had me laughing with the hurricane names. You say we need more black hurricane names.
Oh, yeah. Deltrick. We need the Dedrick. Yeah, that's the yeah. I said that's the blackest name ever. Dedrick is the blackest name in the history of blackness. There is no name blacker than Dedrick.
Yeah.
If your name is Dedrick, you need a cosigner to get Wi-Fi. That's how black you are. Your zodiac sign is Newports.
Yeah.
If your name is Dedrick, you one of them dudes that be in the mall with slides on, with no socks, and you got ashy, dirty feet. That's Dedrick.
That's Dedrick.
Dedrick is that dude to get you pregnant and give you an STD at the same time. That's Dedrick. Hurricane Dedrick. We need a hurricane with a real black name.
Yeah, and if he come through, I'm getting out the way because we prone to have hurricanes.
Well, if a hurricane got a name like Dedrick, he gonna be late getting there anyway. So they gonna say hit landfall about Tuesday. They gonna get there Thursday evening. So you got time to get away from it then.
Yeah,
and then the black hurricane got to stop and pick somebody up.
Yeah.
And then you get dropped off long. Oh man, you headed to Houston? Well, hey, look, man, drop me off in Mississippi.
Yeah,
pick up his partner. It's gonna be a mess.
And then somebody said they're gonna be a pregnant hurricane. I said, no, we don't need a pregnant hurricane.
Pregnant hurricane got a tornado coming out that they don't know who the daddy is.
Yeah, man, how wild
the daddy is.
Yeah, how wild is it to work in the morning with just the crew? I mean, it's funny, but Gary with a T takes it to the next level. He's been predicting that Beyonce and Jay-Z are gonna break up. He's just like
he's been predicting that since we've been on the air.
Yeah.
And one thing about Gary's predictions, I can honestly tell you this. One thing about Gary's predictions is they are guaranteed to be wrong. Not sometimes, Not most of the time. Every time. I don't think I've been knowing Gary since 2007. I don't think Gary has made a prediction that's been right in all these years, in all these entertainment reports. Gary has never predicted shit that turned out the way he said it was gonna turn out. Jay-Z and Beyonce wasn't gonna make it. Nothing. None of it right. So whatever Gary predicts, go to Vegas and bet on the exact opposite.
And pray about it, because he always trying to put it on the prayer list.
Yeah, he always want to pray for. So pray for. You heard that story he did today about the man that had his penis fell off and they put it back and put it on his arm. I'm like, wait. I'm like, wait a minute. Now that story required about a 30-minute conversation. How you gonna just put that at the end of the show and just speed through it like a minute?
Yeah. To get to his color.
I know every dude in his car. Every dude like, was looking at his arm like, wait a minute, where?
Yeah.
Where do you put? But then they threw it. They said they gave him an additional 2 inches and put. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
This getting more disturbing the more details I get.
Yeah.
Although
you get a lot of pain.
Extra inches, I might put one on my arm. But anyway,
that's another subject.
That's
my brother.
For another time.
Yes, sir. My brother, I appreciate you, man, coming. We're gonna definitely have to do this again, and let everybody know how they can follow you on the Instagram. Give you your Instagram name so everybody can keep up with you.
Y'all can follow me at Special K 913 on the gram. Follow me at Special K 913 on Instagram, on Twitter. Carl Douglas. You can follow me on Facebook, Special K. I got a Facebook page. I got a Special K Facebook page as well. And follow my cousin, man, Black Tony.
Yes, sir.
He needs it. He needs
yes,
it.
Sir.
Comedy. You can follow him on Twitter and Instagram at Black Tony Comedy. But follow him and keep up with his shenanigans. And let me see. I got a brand new podcast, Happily Enraged.
Okay.
But if you follow me on Twitter and Instagram, you'll see the link to the podcast. So jump on that
yes,
too.
Sir.
We got a couple other new and exciting projects coming up that I ain't gonna talk about just yet.
Okay.
You know, here we'll talk about it.
Yes, sir. We'll chop it up. Special K, Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 5 to 9 a.m. Magic 102.1. My brother, appreciate you, man.
Hey, man, be careful out there in the streets, man.
You too, man, and stay home, brother.
I ain't got no choice. I ain't got nowhere to go.
All right, bro.
All right, deuces.
Later.